Nate was born on December 3rd, 2010, and we had a perfectly healthy pregnancy, and he was diagnosed at around 10 weeks old on Valentine's Day, which is congenital heart defect week.
He had all kinds of stuff going on, heterotaxy, he had heart conditions. It affected quite a bit of his whole body, I guess.
With that condition, there's actually multiple organs that are involved. So there's varying levels of the diagnosis, and Nate was very, very complex. It was very, very challenging. It was hospital appointments, it was x-rays, it was open heart surgeries, cardiac catheterizations. It was handing him off for intervention after intervention, pacing the halls, not knowing what was happening next.
The experience of taking care of Nate in the hospital was very hard, but also I loved spending time with him. Some days he would have good days where we would play snakes and ladders, and then some days he would have days where he would just want me to hold his hand.
He was one of those kids that just had this magnetic personality that just drew people in to his circle.
Nate was super cool. He was a really good kid. He was always looking out for everybody else.
Nate was very family oriented. He always loved surrounding himself by his friends and family, and he would come home from school and say, "Mommy, I filled somebody's bucket today," because he was always, so proud that he could make someone happy or fill their bucket, and that was just the kid that he was.
Nate was caring, kind, witty. He loved being goofy, which is where we got along so well, because yeah, I am a kid at heart, and he was my biggest fan, and he always laughed at everything I said, and I could just be the goofiest person and he would love it. And he was smart. He was the strongest person I've ever met in my entire life, and yeah, he taught me a lot.
He always wanted to try something new. He was always up for a challenge. He always enjoyed just being with a crowd of people. Hockey's something that always kind of attracted him. Me and him used to watch the juniors online all the time, on TV all the time, and we followed the Oilers, and it's something he wanted to try, and he got the courage to lace up his skates and try it.
Nate loved any activity that he would be surrounded by his friends. So he just was a very social child, and he loved being around people. And so whether that was camping, hockey, school, any chance he could to be the center of attention, that was Nate. So the tournament just kind of manifested organically, and it was just from the love and support that we received from the KC Hockey Club. And there was never any secret that Nate was part of the team on or off the ice.
It's the representation of Nate. Nate was always a kid that likes to bring people together. He always enjoyed having a bunch of people. He just enjoyed all around, yeah.
Nate showed me what unconditional love is. Words can't describe the love that I feel for this sweet little boy. He changed me fundamentally, just made me appreciate life, made me grateful to be here.
Nate changed my life in so many ways. He taught me how to be strong in situations where maybe you didn't feel like being strong or you couldn't. He taught me to keep going no matter what, and to just always have a smile on your face no matter what situation or what life throws at you. Just basically to be strong.
Nate changed my life completely. A lot of the ways I think and a lot of the ways I do now is because of Nate's impact. Just the way that he was going through life, and just to see all the struggles that he had to go through to get where he was at, it just kind of, it puts a lot in perspective.
One of the memories that does stick in my head, when Nate was in the hospital, Nate asked me to put on the song, Fight Song, and he had been sleeping for days, had no energy, and in that moment he started singing the lyrics to that song. This is my fight song, take back my life song, and to this day I think about that.
My favorite memory with Nate, I got so many, I don't know where to start, to be honest with you. We had so many good times, me and Nate, just as father and son. We did a bunch of camping trips, quadding. Nate was always up for a challenge, so he always enjoyed everything, right? So,
my favorite memory of Nate was, I think, when I came home from Spain and I picked him up from his day home in his daddy's big monster truck, as he would call it. And we went to West Edmonton Mall and went to Galaxyland and just had a fun day together after not seeing him for a year.
My favorite memory with Nate was when we went as a family to Florida, and we went to the beach, and there we went to play in the sand, and Nate was always up for a new adventure and everything.
You were a good friend, and I really, really miss you. You were a good friend. Bye-bye.
You were very smart, brave, and caring, and you were my best friend.
Forever.
My favorite memory about Nate is when we went to Canmore for Easter, and we stayed at a hotel.
My best memory with Nate was when he would bring his hockey cards over and we would trade those and mess around with them, and he was the funniest, most amazing kid I ever met.
My favorite thing about my first best friend is how his humor made everyone around him laugh.
My favorite memory with my cousin Nathan would probably have to be all the times I remember looking up in the stands during my hockey games and seeing him smiling and just enjoying every moment of it.
Nathan is one of the strongest, most amazing role models that I've ever seen, and he's impacted everybody across Canada.
My favorite times with Nate was when we were camping and my Auntie Carrie made us a cheesecake for my birthday and we just ate it out of the pan.
He showed me what it feels like to have a real best friend, and a real friend, not a fake one.
And I remember he was like by me basically the whole day, and he wanted me to help him walk down the aisle because he was the ring bearer, and he was just so special and just so funny, very witty, too smart for his own good, and I loved him so much.
We love Nate because he's really fun. We used to send funny videos to each other.
On my fastball helmet, I have my dearest friend, Nate, and his hockey number, so he will always be playing with me.
One of my favorite memories with my cousin Nathan would probably have to be when we went on the Make-A-Wish Disney cruise and I taught him how to play at Ding Dong Ditch.
He was so excited that I was there, excited to show me his Paw Patrols and his bedroom, and he was like showing me around. He's like, so this is the kitchen. He was so funny.
Hello, my ex-best man. I miss you, and I still think about you a lot. And I want you to know I wish you were here right now. Bye, love you.
If I could say one thing to Nate right now, it would be that I miss him so much, and that there isn't a day that goes by where I don't think of him.
What would I say to Nate right now? That I love him. And I miss him. And I wish he would still be here, but I understand. I just hope he's okay.
Every night, Nate, we would sit there and talk about what my job was. I wanted you to feel safe. So it was very important to me that Nate felt safe. So I'd always say, Nate, what's my job? And he'd say, to keep me safe. And I'd say, well, what's my job? And he'd say, well, to make sure that you're doing your job. And so it's just kind of our little thing. So if I could just echo anything back, you know, to Nate, it would be, Mommy is still keeping you safe because you're safe in my heart forever.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.